This is the lowest I've ever been. I don't know how God is going to redeem me, how you can call me favored in this situation. And we're going to keep going. Recently, I was listening to a man of God who was speaking about favor, and I fell into that trap. I was listening. He kept saying he was a popular man of God, and I mean his views is on the millions. And I've never really listened to his teachings, but I was like, let me listen to his teaching. And I'm listening to his teaching. Sam drops the girls. I'm fine whenever they leave. I have a couple of minutes, and all I know is I'm sitting and I'm listening to his teaching on favor. And all of a sudden, he's in the message, he's telling the people, you lack something. If you don't get this, you're not going to get anywhere. And I'm sitting there and I'm boo-hooing. I'm like, Lord, help me. And I'm not even being like, I'm seriously like, Lord, what is it I'm missing? Because Lord, I've done everything that you told me to say. I've done it all. And I found myself just so broken. And he's such a great orator. So he's saying things that people are breaking down. And then my husband comes home and he's like, babe, what happened? And I just start lamenting. Baby, this is not going right. I didn't get this. How come my life didn't do like this? If I was favored, this would have happened. How come and my husband's just looking at me. He's like, babe, just give me a hug. And I'm like, okay, there's something wrong, babe. I know there's something wrong. I did something wrong. Just crying. And he just embraces me and I just get quiet. And then I remember, as he's saying this, like in just a short period of time, I remember a question he had asked me when I had lost my uncle. He was like my dad. I had just lost him. And my husband said, what is it that you think you've lost because he's gone? And in my mind, I was like, protection, maybe. It's good to have like a dad, mom around, And so that's what I'm having. This is while I'm in his arms. And so finally my husband's like, babe, sit down. And the tears are just coming. And he's like, babe, can I ask you a question? And I'm like, yes, babe, ask me what. Help a girl out, because I don't get it, babe. You're going to have to explain this favorite thing. And he said, babe, was Joseph favored in the dungeon or when he was the prime minister? And today I'm going to ask you all that question. Was Joseph, if you know the story of Joseph, was he favored in the dungeon or when he became the prime minister? So you can answer, please. What do you think? When was Joseph favored by God? Was Joseph favored when he became prime minister and his brothers bowed to him? Or was he favored in the prison, in the dungeon? Everybody says the dungeon. Was Joseph sold to the Midianites, and he was watching his brothers as he's being taken into Egypt, into captivity. Was Joseph favored then? I'll ask another question. When Potiphar's wife, and when she was given her detailed lie of a report that Joseph had sexually harassed her, was Joseph still favored? When Joseph had the dream of who he would be, and his brothers were like, oh, really? We're going to kill this dream before it even manifests. Was he still favored then? Or when he became prime minister? And so the question I want to ask you is the favor of God, if you are in the dungeon, or if you're in a space in your life where things are not going the way you expect, and we can say it's a dungeon, it's a light dungeon. Maybe you have a promise that you know that God has said to you and about you. Maybe there's something in 2023 God has called you to. Maybe there's something God is calling you to do that you know that has never been done, and you don't know how it's going to get done. And you know that you need the favor of God to do it. The question that I have for you is, do you have favor now? Or are you going to have favor when it happens? That where you find yourself in this moment, you can tell me in the chat, do you have favor now? or whenever what you're praying for comes to pass? Are you favored now in your singlehood? Or are you going to be favored when you have the wedding? Are you favored now when the baby's not here? Or are you going to be favored whenever you finally give birth and have an outdooring? Are you favored now?
Come on.
When there's no money in the bank account? Or when you have that business and you're making multi-million dollars every year? Are you favored? And the truth of it is, no matter where we find ourselves, even if we are in the darkest space in our lives that we never thought we would be, the favor of God is with me, is with you.
Yes.
Even when it is tough, the favor of God is with you. Even if you're the one who has to fend and fight for everything, the favor of God is with you. Put it in the chat. If you are aligning with this message, the favor of God is with me. The favor of God is with me. Even when this marriage is struggling, your favor is with us, God.
Yes, Lord.
Even when these children are getting on our nerves and they're not doing what this Graceville parenting told us to do, the favor of God is with me.
Yeah.
Calling me to walk on water. Walk into places that I may not even qualify to be in. God, your favor is with me. I can do this business because your favor is with me. I can marry and have a blessed marriage because your favor is with me. God's favor is with you.
Yes.